What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I returned home to absolute chaos, but finally have everything back in order, which means I'm here to share with you an episode I recorded last week with my best friend Sarah. We had some drinks, and then we went ahead and read some of my old diary entries. I warn you now, it gets very cringy very fast, but without further ado, I hope you enjoy this week's episode. Okay, I'm here with Sarah, and we're going to be going through my old diary entries today. We've had some drinks. Are we ready?
I'm ready. I'm
not
excited
ready.
to hear this.
Okay. This is from March 25th, 2010. Mm-hmm. I saw Mr. Mac, who is hot, at recess today. I saw him at lunch in the hall, and he said hi and waved at me. If I tripped him, our lips would touch! Exclamation point, exclamation point. P.S. Mr. Mac changed my nickname from Kiddo to Sweetheart in all caps. For context, Mr. Mac was a substitute teacher that we had who was like hot as shit, totally my type, skinny white guy in his late 20s.
I had questions already. I was like, who is Mr. Mac?
I had him as a substitute when I was like 9, and then he came back and was subbing at Castellaro when I was in middle school, and my other friends had him, and they were trying to like get with him, and I was like, no, but I knew him first though. He calls me Sweetheart. Okay, April 21st, 2010, so this is like just a month later. Mr. Mac should be a male model. So much hot, so little time.
So much hot, so little time.
And
Kayla,
then,
so you were delusional.
Yeah, just a little delulu.
Girl, that's not a little.
It also says, I have a strange craving for water.
Because you're thirsty.
Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, everybody at my elementary school knew that I was obsessed with Mr. Mac. Mm-hmm. And I had this plan where I was like, okay, I'll have my teacher ask him for a signature, like, for the yearbook, quote unquote. I really just wanted to know his full name so I could Google him and find, like, his, like, LinkedIn so I could have a picture of him. And let me tell you, it worked.
You found it?
Yeah. Okay, this one is from May 2nd, 2010.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Cappy, but not so happy for me. Scotty peed again. Scotty's my cat, by the way. Scotty peed again. Dad says he needs to be an outside cat. I can't get the thought of us going to school and coming home to see him dead out of my mind. I try to tell them, my parents, that he has a problem and may need to see a doctor, but Mom says that if he needs surgery, we will get rid of him. They won't pay for his surgery. If I needed surgery, they would pay for me. Just because he's a cat doesn't make a difference. He's a living, breathing animal. I remember the day we were looking for a cat. We saw him. Mom wanted one with white, but I knew he was the one. So the next day, we brought him and gave him a bath. Oh no, we bought him and gave him a bath. It was the happiest moment of my life. Kyle was at a birthday party, so I got him all to myself. We played together for an hour or two and created a bond. Mom says he's my cat. I take the spankings if he breaks something. But if we get rid of him, there is nothing I can do. I would pay for his surgery, but I have no money. I am 10. If we got rid of him, he would be so confused and alone. He only knows us. He is used to us and to me. If we got rid of him, there's no turning back. I would never be happy again. I would die. After all we've been through, they would rip out half my heart and give him away.
Oh my gosh.
No cat will ever replace him. He's the only person I can trust. He likes water, baby powder, cologne, and other stuff that cats hate.
Oh.
I like he's the only person I can trust.
Yeah, it's a cat.
You can see the seeds of mental illness coming out here.
Oh, shout out to Scotty. You just know you're loved.
My handsome son, he's almost 15. His birthday's next month. Okay, this is where it gets real cringe. Because this is where you switch to middle school. Because I was all from my first journal when I was in elementary school. And then I stopped. And then I came back in, like, end of 7th grade.
So, question.
And had stuff.
Did you ever see Mr. Mac after that last journal entry you read?
I did, in fact, see Mr. Mac. I had a journal entry from Castellero, I think, where he was subbing for a friend. And the friend was saying that he's hot. And then we were coming up with different techniques to get with him. And one of them was, like, if we fake drown, he'll have to, like, by moral law, give us CPR and or mouth-to-mouth. And so we were like, maybe we'll drown ourselves in the pool at Castellero and see what happens. Okay, so this is from the first journal when I picked it up again in 2012. And I wrote a thing forward. Like, you know how books have, like, a forward? I don't even know what that is. Like, I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know what a forward is. But I wrote one because it seemed cool. And I need you to know the vibe that I had was like, oh, my God, I'm so awesome. And this is my book. Yeah.
That's it.
That's the vibe. So this is from 2012, and this is the forward. And it's so bad. I feel like I should do like a dramatic voice. I'm gonna cry. This is so bad. Okay. This isn't a book of evil, torture, a diary, storybook, novel, or poems. It is simply a journal to hold innermost thoughts and creations of a soon-to-be teenage girl. This book holds the power to the universe, the science behind science, the inventions of a young mind, the art behind the world, and the key to evil. In the wrong hands, it can cause destruction. With pictures, descriptions, and vivid details, this book tells all. It is not for the uninvited eyes of a snooping brother or nosy parents, but for the invited ninja/wizard eyes of friends and the eyes of myself. And then it says, myself, ... Oh, that's right. A proper introduction is in order.
Wait, why is it giving the Bible? That whole paragraph you just read.
This is the book of me, myself, and I. From inventions to drawings to love life and secrets. This is the one and only book of Kayla Kitagawa. Smiley face. I like how it says this isn't a book of evil, but then later it literally says the key to evil. Oh my god. Okay. And then there's no date, but it comes like immediately after this. But I had a photo, like, from, like, a Canon digital camera of the guy that I had a crush on. I'm gonna expose him anyways. His name's Justin. And so the paragraph says, this cute dude is Justin. Although he doesn't smile much, the wait is worth it. With him in 8th grade going to Pioneer, and me in 7th grade with only a month left, I don't have very long with him. I'm going to make the days count. He has all the factors of a dad-worthy boyfriend.
Oh, you're looking for it.
Keep in mind, at the time, I was, like, not even 13. And my dad was like, you're not allowed to date until you're 16.
But a dad-worthy boyfriend.
Right, because I was thinking maybe my dad would bend the rules and let me date at, like, 13 if he was, like, worthy or whatever. But then when I turned 16, my dad sat me down privately and was like, hey, listen, like, I trust you. You're allowed to date. And I was like, oh, no, like, that's real sweet. But, like, I got no one coming after me. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, it's fine. And then the first guy that I did date was a clinical psychopath.
True. we don't talk about that.
This is also the same guy, by the way, for context for Eduardo, who's also in the room. This guy, like, 10 years later in, like, 2020, straight up Snapchat messaged me after we kind of, like, briefly reconnected on Instagram, and he was like, I know you like me. Like, I know your secret. And I literally was, like, on a run. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I know you think that I'm hot. And I was like, I did 10 years ago. I don't anymore. I'm like, we just met again. Like, what do you mean? Like, the only thing I know about you is you're dyslexic. Like, that's all the information I have.
Just show up a letter A. What is it? What is it?
And then he said something like, A, I know it's, like, COVID, and so everyone's kind of, like, locked up with, like, blue balls. Like, you want to fuck? And I was like, no. Like, what do you mean? He's like, we would just, like, you know, like, hook up or whatever. And I contemplated it only.
You should have been like, I have syphilis.
I thought about it only for the fact that, like, that would make a hella funny podcast episode. I had sex with my middle school crush.
With your hand covering your mouth, like,
bro, I was like almost gonna do it for the views, and then I didn't. But I thought about it, and then I asked him why, because I was like, bro, why are you asking me this 10 years in the future? And he goes, well, you're, like, cute enough. I was like,
cute enough.
I'm so offended.
Just blocked right in there. Nah.
But Mans is a tattoo artist now, and I was like, I fucking dare you to tattoo that on my knuckles, like, cute and then enough, like, ENUF across both the knuckles. And then I photoshopped a meme of someone else's knuckles, and I wrote cute enough in, like, the stupid, like, ride or die font, and I sent it to him, and then I blocked him. Oh my god.
That's so bad.
Okay, so this next one, I'm gonna change the names just in case they happen to listen or people that know them happen to listen. So I'll just call them R and G.
Okay.
So this is September 20th, 2012. We are no longer allowed to paint in Cobra art. R, quote unquote, rendered a dick on G's arm with Sharpie. So G messed up R's hair with a bit of water. And then there was this whole long spiel that I just, like, condensed into this one sentence. They started getting each other wet with sponges and ended up painting on each other's hair. Then Mrs. Anderson found out. And that's the entry.
That kind of sounds like the intro to a porn.
They're just getting each other wet with different sponges. Oh my god. Okay, this one is from May 31st, 2013. So this is, like, a whole year later, I think. And this is when we're, like, finishing 8th grade. And so this is in reference to, like, at the end of 8th grade, we had, like, a promotion dance.
Oh my goodness, I remember that. That was crazy.
Bro, this is literally the worst freaking thing. And I was actually, like, fighting with one of my buddies during this. And so she was giving me, like, hella shit for this. But so that same guy, G, I had asked him to the dance with me via note. Like, I had made him a note after he bailed on me for my birthday party the month before, and I just thought the best of him. And so I wrote him a note that said, I forget what it said, but at the end it's like, will you go to the dance with me? Like, yes or no. Like, cliche. And also, that took so much courage, by the way, because I was shy. I was, like, a shy kid and also a nerd. And so this is the end of May 2013. It says, today at the end of school, G just came up to me and said, no, sorry. And then left. I was so sad. Even though Mr. Miles was nice to me after school, I went home and cried. During a slow song, I accidentally ran into G and ran away before this kid Jason asked me to slow dance. I didn't want him to feel as bad as I did when G said no to me, so I said yes and we danced for one song. It was awkward and I talked about science homework. But it reminded me that maybe not every guy hates me. I mean, hey, Rydell Lynch has never had a boyfriend, and look at her. She's my role model. After that, I hung out with Avalon and Jacob. Jacob needed to, quote-unquote, get his adrenaline pumping. So we all started jumping and doing the rock star hands. He told me to dance too, so all of us were dancing. I got some pity, I'm so sorry hugs from friends, But it's nice to hang out and forget about boys. Chris said I should turn him into a haphazardous pile of atoms and then rearrange them into something more useful like a rock. Chris always knows Chris always knows what to say to cheer me up.
Oh. That's nice.
Yeah, that was
Dude, that's so bad. Sorry.
Bro.
No.
Yeah, no, he, like, literally, because we had science together at the end of the day, and he was just like, yeah, no. And then he literally just turned around and, like, left. And I was just, like, stood there like a Lego figure. Like, what? Like, what do you mean?
That's so sad.
And then the whole time I was walking to the car, like, to get picked up after school, the friend that I was beefing with had found out that I had asked him. I don't even know how, because it was literally, like, the day before. And was like, so do you have a date to the dance? And, like, I said no, because it was true. Like, I don't have a date to the dance. And she was like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't have a date to the dance? And I was like, girl, I just fucking said no. Like, no, I don't have a date to the dance. And then I went home and I, like, cried in the shower and was, like, blasting, like, One Direction. Because I had this whole, like, thought, like, oh, we're gonna dance to Steal My Heart or whatever by One Direction. Like, off the first album, I'm like, bro, like, that was what I was thinking about. Oh, my God. Okay, this is the one. November 13th, 2013. So this is freshman year. Like, beginning freshman year of high school, I think.
Okay.
Today I got in trouble in Spanish.
Oh.
We were supposed to fill out a chart about ourselves. Yo soy ... parentheses I am. And yo no soy ... parentheses I am not. Miss Michaels called on me after 5 seconds. So I said, yo no soy un tomate. I am not a tomato. She said, that is not the answer I'm looking for, and I wish you would take this seriously. And I looked at her dead in the eyes and said, do I look like a tomato to you? And she said, no, you don't look like a tomato, but I need you to take this class seriously. And so I looked at her and said, yo no soy serio. I am not serious. And I got in trouble. Do I look?
Do I look like your daddy? Dude, stop. But the fact that it's also Miss Michaels, who also, she never really was funny. She took it serious.
She was
like the class.
so serious.
She was serious with her. Like, I remember, I never had her, but I remember people saying,
Bro.
like, dude, she's, like, on you for, like homework.
Was
and, like,
I wrong,
everything.
though? Did I say... Because, listen, Sarah and Eduardo speak Spanish. What, did I say it incorrectly?
Okay, I don't. Eduardo does. But...
Okay, Eduardo, yo no soy un tomate.
No, you're right.
No, you said it
Okay!
right.
And
No,
I'm
not a
clearly
tomato.
not a tomato. This is not Veggie Tales, Miss Ma'am.
Oh, I
like, what the...
VeggieTales.
Bro, this is the same class. I was, like, really into, like, Doctor Who's Supernatural Sherlock. This is, like, that time frame. And so anytime I was in her class, I just didn't want to be there. So Shelby and I used to write fan fiction on, like, binder paper and slip it under the worksheet and just, like, start writing, like, fan fiction on the side. And then we'd, like, hide it under the worksheet. And I used to draw, like, little, like, character pictures just on the side of the worksheets. And one time she, like, literally, like, came up to me and was like, I'm gonna put your worksheet on the overhead for everybody to see. And because she wanted my answers. And I was like, no. I'm like, y'all, like, you don't, like, listen.
No, babes, this is
someone
not-
else. Like, this is not the way. And then a different time, she was giving our papers back. Like, she took them home to grade them and gave them back. And literally was like, I showed my husband Thor your drawings. And it was literally, like, gay kissing. It was like John and Sherlock.
Kayla.
I was like, why would you do that? That's not for you.
Wait, but did her husband enjoy the photos? The
I don't know. But I'm like, oh, God, his name's fucking Thor. Oh my God.
It's so funny.
Okay. So this one is from March 15th, 2014. So this is like the end of freshman
Oh my
year.
god, it's my birthday. Oh wait, no, 14th. Never mind.
Almost. Okay. We're in UC Davis for the robotics competition because my nerd hobbies in high school were robotics and drama.
I never knew you were in robotics.
Okay, I was in robotics, so I got into football games for free for the first 2 years.
Damn.
Okay, it says, we made it to quarterfinals, and afterwards we went upstairs to the seniors' room. It turned into a pillow war, and then the cookie challenge, where you put, like, the cookie on your head, and you have to get it into your mouth, like, just using your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we all played Contact, parentheses nerd game, that I'll explain in a minute. And then they started a huge game of Cards Against Humanity. Keep in mind, I was, like, literally, like, 14 here or something. And then, so it says, Mom said I couldn't play Cards Against Humanity, and they joked that I might get corrupted. So Valmik let me be his advisor and watch. I think that's just the end of the thing. Yeah, but Contact is this, like, it's a word game for nerds. So, like, so basically, let's say you're the main person, and then me and Eduardo are, like, and whoever else are the other players. So you're thinking of a word. Let's say you're thinking of the word, like, cup. So you would just say, the word starts with a C. And so then Eduardo and I would start thinking of random words that start with C. So if I'm, like, I'm thinking of a dried, or, like, is it dried bread, edible, something. And then let's say Eduardo thinks he knows what I'm talking about, he would say contact. And then you would then, because he said contact, aka someone else thinks they know what I'm saying, you would then have to guess what I'm saying as dried bread cracker thing. So then you could say, no, it's not cracker. But then I could be like, challenge or something like that, because let's say I'm actually thinking of the word crouton, which is also a dried bread thing. Then Eduardo and I at the same time would be like, 1, 2, 3, crouton. And so if we both say crouton, you have to give us the second letter. So you say CU for cup.
Okay.
But if I say crouton and he says cracker, then you're fine and you just keep C. So it's just like a really like kind of douchey like word game, but that was like our favorite freaking game to play in robotics whatsoever. Was like that and Get Down Mr. President. And then this other game it was like a yes or no game where it's just like if you say it with confidence the answer is yes, and if you say it kind of hesitant the answer is no. And I'm like, what, who made up these games?
Who did it?
Like, no one would want to do these games. Like, I try to get my mom to play this game called Fizz Buzz, where you just count as high as you can, but every multiple of 3 you say fizz, and every multiple of 5 you say buzz. So it'd be like 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, 7, 8, fizz, buzz. It's like kind of dumb.
I couldn't do that.
Okay, and then I listed some depressing quotes from the front of the journal from 2014 to 2015 because I like to decorate the covers of the journals. Usually they have pictures or they have names. So like journal number like 7, I think, was like Release Your Inner Freak or something. I don't know why I gave them titles, but they had titles. And so one of them, this early on one, had quotes from different like shows that I liked, but I was reading it and I'm like, all of these quotes are sad as shit. Like, you could tell this is like mental illness. So for the first quote is from Crowley from Supernatural, and it says, "I deserve to be loved."
Oh.
And then there's one from Doctor Who that says, "Do you really think I care about you so little that betraying me would make a difference?"
Kayla,
like,
these are like sad.
No, they are. They're like literally like, girl is in pain. And then the other one, literally, this one is really sad if you like think about it. This is from Frankenstein's Monster. And it says, "I didn't ask to be born, but once born, I will fight." Because your girl's fighting her suicide demons.
Oh, no.
And then there's like some more cringe ones that I didn't write down because I was like, listen, I don't know how far I want to go with these yet. So if you guys like these, you gotta let me know because I'll do more.
Are there like sad ones too, or they're like...
There are. I mean, because this only touched from like 2010 to 2015. I still have them up until today. I was just hesitant because I'm like, some of the people I wrote about in here listen to the podcast.
Oh!
Or I still know. So I'm like, they're nothing bad though. It's just more like, because some people write about, oh, this is how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I very much wrote about, like, how other people made me feel by interacting with me.
Gotcha.
Because I felt like I never got included in stuff a lot. So if like, let's say someone that I thought was really, really cool, like, at, like, theater or at camp or something, if they, like, spoke to me at all, or, like, knew who I was at all, I was like, you will never guess what happened. They, like, this person talked to me, and this is what they said, and then this is what I said, and this is how it made me feel, and I was like, that's really cool, because I didn't think that they knew who I was. So it's, like, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That, and then, like, stuff about, like, auditions, or about high school. There's definitely some stuff about, like, crushes, and because there's one whole thing where I accidentally stole a man from my gay friend. On accident. I, like, had no idea in high school. Sarah's speechless. No, there's a whole entry about it, but, like, basically, I was like, oh. I was like, I really don't know what to do, but then they were But yeah, there's some other, yep.
Other ones that are worse than what you wrote in your journal.
You know what there is? There, this is gonna be an expose. There, you remember, I'm not gonna name them. You remember the guy that cheated on me?
Mm-hmm.
And
high school? No.
Not from high school, but in high school.
Yes.
Yeah. And he left me a love note in my mailbox to tell me that he was gonna pick this younger, underage girl instead of me. Mm-hmm. That one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I still have that note. I still have the note. I keep the receipts.
The receipt. Girl,
And
that was like 7 or 8 years ago.
No, I kept it. I keep that shit. So if enough people listen to this one and request it, I will read that note, and I'll change the names, and I'll censor it so they don't get thrown under the bus, but I will read that note, because it is something.
Dude, that's crazy. That was when we were in Denivans, right? Or no?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I was, like, 16.
Because I was thinking, and I was like, it has to be them, but now that I said Denivans, yep, no, it has to be them.
Wait, who are you thinking? Because I'll just blur out.
That's when we sat next to each other, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yup. That bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but
Are they still together?
Yes. I think so. Can we check right now?
Yeah, check.
Okay, bet.
Oh, wait, no, you have to use your phone. Wait.
Okay, no, I blocked them.
Oh. Okay.
You heard it here first, folks. Enough likes, I'll read more journal entries, and I'll read the love note from 2015. From 10 years ago, I will read this love note. That's all for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to text me if you want some of our sticker merch. I would love to share it with you. As always, share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to tune in next time, because I've got some really cool stuff lined up for you in the coming weeks. I also have truly 10 or 11 of these journals and that love letter I mentioned. So if you want more of these drunken diary entry readings, be sure to let me know in the comments that you enjoyed it, and I will consider doing another one. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good one.